Hey guys, it's Bazza here from Living in Beta. Survival horror fans are eating well this year, and Capcom are serving up the latest delicious offering in the form of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Does it hold up to the incredible experience offered by the original? Join us as we link up with Leon and delve into the twisted cult of Los Illuminados. Resident Evil 4 Remake follows Special Agent Leon Kennedy on his journey to track down the President's kidnapped daughter, Ashley Graham. This assignment leads him to rural Spain, the home of a disturbing ritualistic cult known as Los Illuminados, or the Enlightened. It's impossible not to compare this remake to its extremely well-regarded older brother. However, we're confident in saying Capcom have exceeded our expectations by some way. With that, let's get into the main content. Our story begins with a flashback which fills players in on Leon's backstory, including his experience of the Raccoon City outbreak which took place during Resident Evil 2. This is an older, tougher, and more experienced Leon, reflected in his harsher facial features as well as his bulkier frame. Character progression of this nature is satisfying, as it provides meaningful growth, highlighting the impact of Leon's prior experiences. A stark contrast to the Resident Evil 2 remake Leon, fresh-faced, with a fix-the-world attitude. That enthusiasm has long since eroded.
One more guess. Maybe some missing senorita? Young girl? Talk. Now.
Back to the present day, and Leon is being escorted by two local officers to the last known sighting of Ashley Graham. One of the officers takes off to answer nature's call, getting much more than they bargained for. The delayed return prompts Leon to take off in search of the officer, quickly stumbling upon a dilapidated village, as well as the soon-to-be roasted corpse of the missing officer. Fighting for our life as villagers swarm from all angles, we dash into a house for shelter. It's then that we're greeted by the instantly recognisable appearance of the maniacal baghead, or Dr. Salvador for the cultured among you.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Chainsaw in hand, he is out for your head, and a measly wooden door isn't stopping him. A mad dash to cover the windows before scarpering upstairs, we spy a shotgun and a single grenade. The message is clear. Get out there and fight for your life. Let's get it done. A heart-pounding dash around the village, firing off shots, dodging and weaving, while swiping any items you can along the way. These villagers are relentless. When all hope seems lost, a solitary bell begins to ring. Movement ceases. What the hell is happening? The villagers traipse away. We have our iconic one-liner from Leon. Opening title sequence. What an entrance.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
If it wasn't clear from the opening segment, engagement and immersion are top priority here, with the world being extremely well realised, thanks in no small part to the RE engine. A lot can be said for a proprietary engine in modern gaming, with the vast majority of developers switching over to Unreal Engine. There's nothing inherently wrong with this, however proprietary offerings like RE Engine have a certain unique feel, which helps players to differentiate the world from other similar titles. The environments are incredible, with beautiful atmospheric lighting, high levels of texture detail, immaculate sound design, polished animations alongside top quality character models, all culminating in a fantastically visceral experience. Players are in for an audio-visual feast.
Hey, we're not done here! Later, amigo.
Moving on to gameplay, we first have to give mention to accessibility. Capcom has done a great job in providing significant customization options to accommodate various players. From the run-of-the-mill FOV sliders and camera speed, to closed captions which provide context to actions taking place, speakers' names and subtitles, different colour palette options for the biosensor scope, as well as being able to change the opacity of the overlay menus, to name but a few. Inclusivity is something that Capcom have provided some much deserved attention to. Getting into the meat of the topic, RE4 Remake follows in its predecessor's steps, those being RE2 and RE3 remakes. Players can expect a well-constructed, over-the-shoulder, third-person shooter experience, with a focus on efficient use of weaponry, items, as well as movement, to ensure enemies are kept at a distance. Shooting feels satisfying, with each gun having a distinct punch to it.
One down.
Weapons weight isn't overbearing, but is very much present, meaning you need to ensure shots are lined up precisely. For melee combat, you'll be glad to hear Leon retains his prowess of the original title. Shooting enemies in certain locations opens up the option to run up and unleash badassery. Look cool and save ammo. What's not to like? A new addition for melee combat comes in the form of parrying. A thrown projectile or specific attack can be parried using the knife. Players are prompted during this window, with successful parries opening up the enemy to the aforementioned melee power move. Whilst the knife can be used for effective parrying, it no longer serves as an efficient ammo saver, at least not initially. Whilst the OG title had Leon sporting an infinite durability knife, RE4 Remake switches to the durability system introduced in RE2 Remake. Leon initially has access to his combat knife, which will eventually break. This can however be repaired and upgraded. Players will also find limited use knives lying around, which can be used in the same way as the combat knife, mainly as a safety item if grabbed, to finish off an enemy before they mutate, or to perform a stealth kill, another new addition. We see this change as somewhat positive. The original title's combat could become a little stale if attempting to play efficiently, with the cycle of shooting an enemy's knee, knocking them down, and knifing to finish the job. The durability here encourages the player to find alternate means to deal with the local threats. This will no doubt be a polarising change though, as weapon durability is very much Marmite for most gamers. Another new addition comes in the form of side activities. Players will find blue notes scattered across the map which detail a requirement. Fulfilling these will provide the player with currency, which can be used at everyone's favourite NPC, the merchant.
Let's do some business then, eh?
These rewards range from a yellow herb, which can be used to permanently increase maximum health, to weapons and weapon upgrades. As before, players can buy items, recipes or weapons, sell gear or treasure, as well as tune up their gear. Just remember to keep hold of certain treasures until you can add the required gems for maximum resale value. Inventory management is much the same, with players utilising Leon's attaché case to store their goodies. What is new, however, is attaché charms as well as storage. Attaché charms provide additional bonuses, such as a 20% increase in crafted ammo, or an increase in sale value for specific items. These can be earned as rewards in the shooting gallery, accessed via the lift nearby the merchant's store. Players are tasked with completing various challenges during these galleries in order to earn tokens, with the tokens then being exchanged for a random attaché charm. For storage, players no longer need to open a separate menu. The storage is found within the typewriter menu, which is also used for saving. Another handy feature involving storage comes in the ability to send certain items to storage when out in the field, an example being a broken knife. By selecting the item in your attaché case, you'll have the option to send to storage, saving some inventory space there and then. Staying on the topic of items, crafting once again returns. Players can craft required items via the attaché case menu. Off the bat, players will be able to craft certain ammo, medicinal herb combos, as well as grenades, later gaining access to additional crafting recipes once purchased from the merchant. If playing on the harder difficulties, crafting quickly becomes an essential feature players will want to make full use of. Finishing up with a staple of the original, from what we've played so far, it seems the love it or hate it QTEs have been stripped out from the remake. This will please many fans who hated the interruption to cutscenes with a press or die scenario. It definitely helps players to soak in the information provided during cutscenes, rather than focusing on the inevitable button prompt as with the original.
My blood?
Shifting over to performance, we played Resident Evil 4 Remake on PC at 1440p with ray tracing enabled. As with previous titles, RE4 Remake has been optimised well, providing silky smooth performance on PC, with plenty of graphical customization options available. In our initial time with the game so far, we haven't encountered any glitches, slowdown or stuttering. We will of course keep an eye on this as we continue our playthrough. For the price, we paid $49.99 on PC via Steam. This was a pre-order, so it came with the gold attaché case and ammo charm. Considering the quality on offer, $49.99 is more than reasonable for a game of this caliber. If we say the average completion time is around 14 hours, taking into account a couple of playthroughs, we're looking at around £1.78 an hour. Now that's some insane value. For those who are new here, we use a unique system for our recommendations. This from worst to best is: Keep the Receipt, a game which failed to live up to expectation and isn't worth playing. One Night Stand, a game which could be worth a dabble if there's nothing else in your backlog that takes your fancy. Frequent Fallback, a game which is decent enough to return to once you finish playing your most anticipated titles. Pulosiki, a game which is so good it's worth the guilt of faking illness to get a day off work. And finally, Book a Week Off, a game that's so great you need to sacrifice a week's annual leave to satisfy your urge to binge this beauty. RE4 Remake smashes it out of the park, earning top honours with Book a Week Off. This is one you don't want to miss. So guys, that's been our initial glance at the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Let us know which character you're most excited to see in the remake in the comments below. It's gotta be Louise, right? If you enjoyed the content, drop us a like, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. As always, I'll catch you in the next one.